Hey students, welcome to lesson 6.5. I know you're used to seeing it on a computer, but now we're doing it some live action. Yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, to do this lesson, you'll be needing two things. One, you're gonna need a ruler, like so. And then you're also gonna need a compass. So make sure you have these before the lesson starts. It's gonna be real helpful. And by the way, yeah, I got a mustache. All right, so what we're going to start with is constructing a congruent angle. All right, and the first thing we want to do is construct an angle congruent to A. So I need two things. I need my ruler and I need my compass. Hopefully you have those two things. You're going to follow along every step that I do, so pay attention closely and do exactly as I do. This is how you create a congruent angle. So first I'm going to do this. You take your ruler. This is step one. Step one, all right? You take a ruler and you just draw a straight line. Doesn't matter where, just draw a straight line. So here is my straight line. All right, you got that? You got it? Put a little ray at the end. Let's put that arrow there so we know. You got that? That's step one, draw a straight line. You did it? Good. All right, well, let's adjust. Step two, you take your compass, all right? And you put it to any length that you want. You could put this, okay? It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Any length, but it should be smaller than the angle. And you're gonna take your compass, and you're gonna put the point on A, all right? At that vertex. And you draw an arc, all right? Watch as I do this. You're gonna just draw an arc. Here we go, making it look pretty. And like so, all right? You gotta have gentle hands, gentle hands. You take this, you do not adjust it. You keep the same distance here, all right? So you make your arc like I did right here, and then you go to your line and you draw the same exact arc. Starting at this point, you draw the same exact arc, all right? Just draw it all the way around. Just keep going until you can't go any farther. Got it? So all we did was we drew a line, all right? We made an arc starting at this vertex, and you did the same exact arc over here. The last step is you measure the distance between these 2 points of intersection. So I'm gonna put little X's there. It's right here and right here, all right? Where that arc intersects your angle, you're gonna measure that distance with your compass. So like, let's look. So it's this long, you see? You just measure it up like that. You take your compass, you put it right here where this intersects, and you draw an arc like so. Take your ruler, draw a line through, and you have congruent angles. All right. Second part of this lesson, we're going to be constructing parallel lines. If you read this, it says construct a line parallel to AB, this line right here, through point R. All right, so it also has to go through the R. Parallel to AB goes through point R. There's a few steps. Just follow the steps and you'll be fine. Once again, you need a ruler, you need a compass. All right, all important. Let's go for it. All right, so what you're going to do, step one, follow me carefully. You're going to take your ruler and you're going to draw a line that goes through R and intersects with AB. Does it matter how you draw it? No, it actually doesn't. Just draw it anywhere through. I'm gonna draw it right here. Doesn't make a difference. Just draw a line that goes through. Now this is gonna end up being our transversal line. So let's put some, just like that, all right? And it intersects right here. All right, so I just drew a line that went through R. That's step one. Step two, pay attention. Pay attention to this. You're gonna take your compass and you're gonna go to this point of intersection where the line you drew intersected with this point. And you're gonna draw an arc, all right? Now, does it matter where you draw it? Well, it should be about this size, okay? Just watch and learn, all right? So you're just gonna draw an arc again, okay? It's exactly what we did with congruent angles, and it goes through. You got me? You just went to this point of intersection and you drew an arc. Now check it out. You're gonna go back here. You're gonna do this same exact thing now. You're gonna just take your thing, like you drew an arc, you're gonna move it up to point R and you're gonna draw the same arc again, okay? Just draw that same arc once again, okay? See, I just copied the arc over. I drew an arc here, I drew an arc here. So to review, I drew a line down. I went here to this point of intersection, I drew an arc, I moved up and I drew an arc, okay? Last step, sorry, there's 2 more steps. Once again, you measure how far these two are using your compass, just like we did with congruent angles. Remember this guy? We just did it. We measured how far these two were using it. See, measured. We're gonna do the same thing now. We're going to measure how far these 2 points are. All right? You're going to take your compass now. Preserve this distance, okay? You wanna see how far this is? You're gonna come over here and you're gonna put it over at this point now. So you see, before you use this point, okay? You saw how far it is? You move it up and now you're gonna draw another arc, okay? You just measured this distance, move it up to this point where the arc is, and draw this. Now, this is the point right here that you're gonna draw your line through. So it's gonna go through R in this point of intersection. All right, let's try it. All right, you draw it right through that point, that line, and that point of intersection. Boom. And look at that. I have a parallel line. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that so pretty? That's so good. Look how parallel they are. Now, the reason I know what you're saying is, well, why is that true? Why is that parallel lines? How is that perfect? The reason is what we actually did was we drew these 2 angles congruent. I used the same method I just used here with drawing congruent angles. Well, these 2 angles are congruent. Well, if these 2 angles are congruent, that means corresponding angles are congruent. And if corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. See what we did there? Corresponding angles are congruent, the lines must be parallel. That's how it's done. We're gonna do one more for practice. All right, we're gonna try this one more time, okay? One more time, a little extra practice. Ruler, compass, all right? This is what you do. You're going to take your ruler. You are going to draw a line through K that intersects line LM, okay? Here we go. And it doesn't matter how you draw it. You could draw it like this, you could draw it like this. I'm just gonna draw it kind of a little slanty like this, okay? Draw that line, boom, arrow, arrow. All right, you have this point of intersection. That's important. We're gonna come back to that. What you're gonna do, that's step 1, line. Step 2, come back, put your pointer right here, and draw an arc. And it has to, oh, by the way, some people say it's a lot easier to rotate the paper. I do as well. Sometimes I rotate the paper, not my hand. See what just happened there? Okay, it should intersect these 2 lines. You see how the arc intersects the line here and here. After you've drawn this arc, you rotated your paper, you got your arc. You just move your pen up to K, and you draw the same exact thing, okay? Just draw it again, same thing. Boom. Make sure it intersects here. It's gonna be an important point. That is going to be an important point in a minute, okay? That was your second step. So step 1, line. Step 2, you draw these 2 arcs. Step 3, check it out. Just like we did before, you're gonna take your point, you're gonna measure the distance between these 2 points of intersection. You see? You had when you drew your arc, there's a point here, point here. You measure how far they are, and you just move your compass up to this new point right here. You once again just draw this little arc right here. Do you see how far it is? And you just drew an arc, see where these 2 arcs intersect. That is your point that your new one has to go through, the line has to go through. That point of intersection, we're just gonna go right here, put our ruler there, okay? And here you go, just draw a line through K and that point of intersection, and that is your parallel line. How do I know these 2 are parallel? Well, as we discussed, these 2 are corresponding angles. Corresponding angles, we made them congruent, are congruent, so lines are parallel. That's it. Good luck.